What's up, guys? Welcome back. So the normal slash rare festival is going to start in a couple of days. When I'm shooting the video, is so the festival did not start yet or hasn't started yet, but you can actually playtest, right? As you know, you can join rooms that use that particular ban list. So the deck that I'm currently playing in these test duels is gadgets, but it's not really the more regular type of gadget deck that we're used to like years ago in the TCG. No, Konami decided not to ban I feel one of the biggest problem cards for now, from past couple of days testing, and that's this one. That's Draglubion. Draglubion is what is it, a rare, I think. It needs the 2 level 8s, but as you know, one of the Infinitracks, the Anchor, I believe, Anchor Drill is the name. It's also searchable by the this Infinitrack continuous spell. So you're basically playing 6 copies, and it kind of works like a gold or silver gadget, gives you an extra summon, plus it can make another machine type on your side of the field. Both levels combined, so both level 8. So that's an instant rank 8 exceed play there. And as you see, like Draglubion on its own cannot be targeted by card effects, sitting at 3k defense, 3k attack, and for these kind of formats, that's really, really strong. And that's not all. I mean, Draglubion, I feel the biggest threat that Draglubion can summon, especially when you're going first, is Hard Earth. And the card is ridiculous on its own, because you can definitely leave it in attack, because again your opponent will just get the damage. You can just go for a second. Everything is at 3, so I'm actually thinking of maybe adding in another Draglubion or another Hard Earth, because again during every end phase when your opponent sets cards, summons cards, all of them will be banished. Again, that's quite ridiculous. Okay, you can only use the same Hard Earth once. But I mean, if your opponent is able to, at least if he's not able to, get rid of the Draglubion, you can just special summon another, and that's what happens here. So there is a select few cards that can immediately threaten my board, and one of the cards that I'm using are in the main deck, like Lightning Vortex. It basically Raigeki, but destroys every phase-up monster from your opponent. So that's why Vortex is there. There are other cards like Book of Moon to turn the Hard Earth, face down, so it won't trigger during the end phase. There are probably more, but more common, like if you're going second, you need those cards, because you can't and that's the problem with this format. Most decks, and I've played this multiple times, most decks are running a lot of traps. Triple Torrential, Needle Sealing, Bottomless, Last Wind, Dynamicus, and so on, but those are all traps. So if you set them, your opponent will just banish them off of, Hard Earth. That's something different as well, is that these are live replays. Live, a little bit fastened, the speed times twice, yep. But because again, there is no good way to record, or a reliable way to record duels in the duel room. There is, but it's so iffy. Not a huge fan of that, so hopefully Konami, kind of fixes that, I guess. So some live replays, I guess, and this is indeed my duel again. This is the end board for another Draglubion. You get the point, especially if you're going first. Getting off a Draglubion or getting it out is not that hard for the deck. Any machine type plus, and I guess 6 outs, triple Infinitrack Anchor Drill, I believe the name is, or triple continuous spell. And let's face it, if you're going first, you don't need to fear Edge Blossom, Veil, or whatever. So it's actually quite consistent, and it puts your opponent under like a timer or a clock. Now, opening hand, not fantastic. You're playing 8 to 9 gadgets in the main deck, and you can't believe it, but there are still duels where you open no gadgets at all. So it's fine though, because again, my opponent could attack into one of my gadgets here, which is set, and that searches another gadget from the deck. Green or whatever. Problem is that I had no back row as well. There's like a pendulum. Pendulum in this format is definitely good. There's Metal Foes, there is rank 7 dot attack for Vortex spam, and I know Meteor Burst, the level 7 synchro, prevents when it or at least it states that during the battle phase your opponent can't activate any monster effects. So that's why I wasn't able to use Silver Gadget when it was destroyed by battle. As you saw my trap lineup, triple bottomless, double triple torrential, needle sealing, lost winds, all of those are there for this. If you're going first, having stuff like bottomless torrential needle sealing for mass Pendulum or Mass, you know, like Yosenju, for example, those cards, you know, they'll just win the game immediately if you can activate those. So the comebacks are still there, because my opponent went for the rank 7, is it Absolute? I'm not sure about the correct name, but as soon as I declare an attack, my opponent can detach one and then special summon one of the fourth, or at least the odd eyes, you know, synchro or fusion that was detached, right? I believe that's how it, you know, works. The Vortex is there. But again, I'm not going to declare an attack, leave the Hard Earth face up on the field, so again, any damage my opponent will get, and it cannot be destroyed by battle. Plus, let's not forget, Draglubion on its own cannot be targeted, so, you know, it kinda a given fact that my opponent would go for another Vortex, and I believe, you know, the Absolute, the ranks, I believe it's called Absolute, the rank 7 Exceed, also works when you declare an attack, so Detach, Reborn. So Vortex can only target, you know, when it's summoned, it bounces back a monster, so you can't target Draglubion. Again, fantastic, a lot of decks struggle with that, and I can just use it again. Still no gadgets, that's the thing, right? You want to open with at least one gadget. I believe I'm running 8. 9 might be a bit too much, but 8 seems like the sweet spot. But, you know, at times like these, they are still common. Like, not drawing any gadgets. So, attack into one of the dragons. And I have no clue why he is negating Absolute. Or did I personally miss something that, you know, you need to have a target for, you know, for your Absolute to be activated? I'm not sure. But, again, getting rid of one of the vortexes. And I believe the effect was already used, right? So I can, you know, use Draglubion, special summon another Hard Earth, again put my opponent under like a clock, because it's just a matter of time. But the biggest problem is that double Oasis, I'm not drawing any gadgets, plus I'm not drawing any of the, you know, good traps. Triple Dynamisicus, triple Bottomless, Torrentials, you know, the good stuff, because I definitely needed those. And this, I forgot the name, this one, the red Odd Eyes, also negates a face-up card, so I was like, ooh. Okay, so now I am going to get damaged. Again, you can't target Draglubion, but Hard Earth is targeted indeed, so again, I will get the damage and it will be destroyed by battle. But again, I feel like I'm in control, but I need to draw a gadget, right, to establish my board, and double Oasis are also there, so, you know, that's very, very solid. But still no gadgets, and I'm like, okay, there's a couple of options, you know, Vortex is still, I was like, well, no. Activate the first Oasis, see if my opponent responds, which I believe he should be negating, or he is going to negate. So again, you know, overthinking my options, but I eventually went for another, you know, anchor. Eventually I'm using the second one as well. So Vortex is activated, it's only once per turn, and I'm going to use, at least, or am I not? No, probably not. I want to keep my own Lightning Vortex in hand. Again, you know, targetable destruction, right? Your Lightning Vortex. So Reborn, Anchor Drill, there is no target, because I believe it only special summons an Earth machine from the hands, the gadgets, but not gold or silver. So copy the levels again, make it level 8, again another untargetable monster, which again in this particular format is just, I feel a bit too powerful. But, and it's not only that, you can, you know, spam free, yeah, you know, free beat sticks and another Hard Earth, again, basically to put your opponent under a clock. So, went for, you know, double attack, obviously, get rid of the Odd Eyes that kinda has like an effect failure, a like effect, and I believe the other Odd Eyes in the extra monster zone kinda like protects from being destroyed by battle or card effects once. One Odd Eyes on the field, I believe. So it's not that fantastic, but it's kinda, you know, locking up or preventing him from, you know, using or special summoning anything else from the, you know, the extra deck. So one set, okay, that's fine. I don't think I can make the big push, because again, no gadgets. Every time that normal summon is very strong. So use Hard Earth, get rid of, I missed it, here is one of the continuous spell, Heavy Forward, that's the name. So use it to search your Anchor Drill, which is basically just going to be another beat stick. I can't go for game, and here I was like, I probably should have, you know, put the, whatchamacallit, Hard Earth in defense, because again, I'm going to attack over my opponent's extra monster zone monster, so next turn he's able to Pendulum Summon, potentially going for the Odd Eyes that again negates the effect. So put my opponent on 400, so I go for damage. Not always the best choice, but it's not going to matter. So main phase 2, you want to use Draglubion another time, so I'm like, okay, I should be in a good position, but still no back row disruption. No bottomless, you know, like those cards that are definitely in there to prevent my opponent from putting at least up one big threat. And this is, you know, a double Pendulum Stone. I was like, okay, this is fine, but my opponent is going to drop something that I did not expect. Volcasaurus. I was like, okay, it's fine, it's fine. You know, Volcasaurus destroys an opponent's monster, and I believe your opponent will get burn damage equal to its original attack, so I lose. But, I mean, no Last Wind, no Dynamiscus, triple Bottomless. It is what it is. No gadgets as well. So again, the Draglubions make up for that, right? I'm not complaining. So I feel this is a very strong deck. This is definitely one of the first decks that I will be using in the festival itself to, you know, get those medals. And it's very, very strong. Draglubion is really, plus, you know, into Hard Earth once per turn. I feel it's, you know, it's definitely something that probably should have been banned for this event. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Leakim signing out. Peace.